All right, where am I right now? I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I'm at a restaurant, tavern, bar that was once frequented and owned by Al Capone. Right here. It's called the Jungle Prada Tavern now. It used to be called the Gangplank. That's now. But back in the day, this was the hotspot for mobsters in St. Petersburg. Why St. Petersburg? Well, I'll tell you why. The ocean's right back just over there. And see this little archway here? This was the entrance to a service station for cars. There's an electric pump right out here. They didn't have gas stations like we do now, really. It wasn't the same sort of setup. They had one of the first electric pumps was right out here. The gas station here, a service station inside. They fix cars. And then around back. Let's go around back. Down here, where the yellow part of the building is, it's very loud on this street. Where the yellow part is, this was a speakeasy, which is an illegal place to go and drink, party, do whatever else you do back in the days. And they would do it in here. Mobsters, celebrities, you name it. You know who was here? Babe Ruth. You know who got married here? Babe Ruth. You know who owns a house or owned a house down the street? Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was a famous hockey player, baseball player. When I'm from Canada, everything comes back to hockey for me. But I'm gonna take you inside right now, see what's left. Apparently there are underground tunnels, but they can't get to them anymore. Because the tunnels would run the booze all the way down to the docks. So they would fly into the St. Petersburg airport over here and ship out the booze all into the Tampa Bay area, St. Petersburg, all around, wherever they could get to. Through this little port down here. That's how the mobsters did it back in the day when booze was illegal. Glug, glug. Look at this old school stucco tile. Now the actual part, like I said, was over there. More. This is a bit of an add-on since then, but the restaurant used to go all the way back, and now there's people living there. They've transformed it more into condos and stuff because everything that's cool must come down. Let's go inside, take a look around. Oh yeah. You see the old style decor is still going in here. It's very loud. But right behind this wall, down through there, through the old washrooms, well, these are new washrooms, doors are the same apparently, is where the speakeasy was, where they would come and party all night long. Mobsters, celebrities, malls, that's M-O-L-L-S, all partying here. And probably prostitutes. So I'm standing in where the service station was. And like I said, behind me, that's the archway where they would come in. This is the front entrance, but all the people that would come into the speakeasy would enter through a side door at the back. And also this place was frequented by stuffed bears. That's right, stuffed bears. Al Capone dealt in booze, women, stuffed bears. Who knew that? I did. I knew in advance. Here we are at the back patio. It's a cool little spot. If I hadn't just eaten, I would have come here. Look at that giant Connect 4. I don't think Al Capone knew what Connect 4 was. But he was connected. Now, is this place haunted by the ghost of Al Capone? I don't think so. He didn't spend that much time here. Now, he bought his mother a house in Gulf Shores, I believe it's called, which isn't far from here. And the day after he was convicted of tax evasion and went to Alcatraz, Al Capone, Alcatraz, the day after he was convicted, that house was sold. So it kind of lends itself to believe that, yeah, he did buy his mother a house here. And he was spotted there all the time. And she was spotted there all the time. But he denied that he had a house here. Come on, Al. But look here. This goes right to the water. This is all the same building, all attached. And it went right to the water. And that's where the tunnels are, all underneath. Going right here. Right to the port. Small port. Ooh, swampy area. Anytime I see a swampy area in Florida, an alligator, well, you know, I'm afraid of alligators, even if it's just a small swamp. Look at the back of the building. Wow. Look at the detailing on that. It's shaped like a boat, you see? I had read about that beforehand. That's really cool. It was called the Gangplank when Al Capone owned it. And yeah, it really is shaped like a boat. So this is the back of the building. This is where the actual Gangplank part of because where the speakeasy became a bar and a club. It was called the Gangplank. And here is where that part of it was. Now the water used to come all the way up here. And that building was not there because that's where the building ends, but you can see where the water used to come up to. But it's receded in time, like hairlines. And look what's here. Wow. First mass in Florida. Now it's getting windy. It's stormy today in Florida. It's a Stormy Daniels kind of day. This guy's fishing on here, but here I'm going to show you. Can't really see what I wanted to see. The tunnels would come out right underneath this dock. That's what I'm told. And this is now covering up all the old tunnel entrances. Let's see if I can get a better look. Can you hear me? See the old steel iron gate and the old cement there blocks? Right underneath into there. And that's how they got the booze onto the boats. It's a lot of boats. There's not a lot of boats out there today, but there's boats. I like boats. So these buildings are new. Gangplank, Al Capone's place right behind it. Very, very cool detailing on the back of this old building here. Looks like a bunch of businesses or little condos right in the back where Al Capone used to party. As you can see right here, which is kind of odd. One of the people here know the history of where they are. But you see the old Spanish style architecture. I guess that was popular during Al Capone's time down here in St. Petersburg. I would imagine so. But this whole building here, that was the Gangplank Club, owned by Al Capone. And if you need to relax and take a shower, well, that's how you do it. Why is that out here? This is the Gangplank. This is where Al Capone partied, hung out. And his bodyguard lived down here. Former bodyguard, John Torrio, I believe was his name. And he was the one that kind of got Al Capone hooked on St. Pete's. Said, you know what, this place is awesome, you should come down here. So he came down here, that's what he did. And, well, he started a whole new business. He was banned from Florida by the governor. Then he got a federal injunction against that and got back into Florida. Drove all the way from Chicago, but he had a place in Miami, which I'm not going to because I'm not going to Miami this year. But he drove all the way so he'd come through St. Petersburg, Tampa on the way to Miami. And he would stop here and check on his place, check on his women, check on his mama. Because he got to check on your mama. Yeah. Uh-huh. And apparently the previous owners had a safe that they found that they never opened. And the safe was from the Prohibition days. Why wouldn't you open it? I would sandblast the motherfucker out of that thing. I would open it. I want to see what's inside. Now, they don't know where the safe is. How do you misplace a safe? Missafe a place? Come on. How do you do that? It's gone now. Oh well. Lost to history. Oh, and in Babe Ruth's house that's nearby here, he redesigned it. He stayed there for about 3 years. He had a piano made of Louisville Sluggers. Yeah. And that piano, lost to history. Gone. People are trying to track it down. A piano made of baseball bats, owned by Babe Ruth. Somebody's got to know where that is. I don't have it. If I did, I'd be playing it right now. So, did we learn a little? Did we laugh a little? I think so. I want to give a shout out and a thanks to Mark, the manager of the Jungle Prada Tavern, who let me in, gave me a little bit of the history of the place. Let me walk around, do my thing. It's kind of cool being in there. Really cool. And the menu looks amazing. I would suggest if you're in the St. Petersburg area, stopping by. Learn a little bit about the history, grab something to eat, get a drink. I'm going somewhere else though right now. Somewhere else I'm going to film. All right. Peace out. And right next door to the Al Capone place is a Native American burial ground called Sacred Grounds, where there are a lot of peacocks, as you can hear. It's closed today, unfortunately, so I can't get a look around. That's what I wanted to do. But it looks really interesting, really cool. There's a specific tour schedule, and I missed it. That's fine. I'd like to see it, but sometimes you don't come at the right time, you miss your chances. But it's a cool little spot right over there. That's the Al Capone place, and now I'm on the Sacred Lands burial ground.
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
Which one were you looking at?
The one that's sitting.
I was told the locals joke that it's a burial ground for the mob. In poor taste, maybe a little bit. But it's a Native American burial ground. And apparently it's a huge mound back there. That's sad. Right here, where I am, is actually where the first Europeans came and met the natives. And they brought food, they had food, they traded food. But the Europeans first settled right here. Right there they came. That's how they found the place. I wonder how that worked. They came around Florida and then they sailed all the way down and around. If they came from Europe. Unless they went all the way past Asia and came I don't know. Back then they didn't have Google Maps, MapQuest, Yahoo Maps, something to punch in on their dashboard. No. So they just floated around till they found a place. And here's where they found. But, like I said, if you're in the area, check out the Al Capone place, get something to eat, and check out the burial grounds. See if you can get in. All right, now I'm definitely saying peace out.